Example, find the area of the region enclosed by y sub 1 equals the square root of x and y sub 2 equals 1/3 x. This problem does not give x values, so we will need to determine the points of intersection. To find the area of this region, we need to sketch the graphs of the two functions on one xy plane. Y sub 1 is a square root function. Y sub 2 is a line with slope 1/3 through the origin. The graphs show 2 points of intersection. Even so, we need to algebraically solve for the points of intersection, and to do that, we set the two functions equal to each other. That is, y sub 1 equals y sub 2. Let's replace the y sub 1 with the square root of x and y sub 2 with 1/3 x. Now square both sides. The square root of x squared is just x. 1/3 x, the quantity squared, would be 1/9 x squared. We solve this equation by setting it equal to 0. We can subtract x from both sides and get 0 equals 1/9 x squared minus x. We got a common factor of x. So 0 equals x times the quantity, 1/9 x minus 1. Algebraically, we have shown that the graphs of the functions intersect at x equals 0 and x equals 9, which corresponds to our sketch. Now we are ready to find the area of the region between the square root function and the line. Observe, the square root function is above the graph of the line, so we're going to integrate from 0 to 9 of y sub 1, the top function, minus y sub 2, the bottom function, dx. That's equal to the integral from 0 to 9 of the square root of x. We'll go ahead and write it as x to the 1/2, so we can use the power rule for integration, minus 1/3 x dx. Now we'll integrate. The integral of x to the 1/2 is 2/3 x to the 3/2 minus the integral of 1/3 x is going to be 1/3 times 1/2 x squared, or 1/6 x squared, and we evaluate from 0 to 9. So we take the integral and put in a 9 every place there is an x, get 2/3, 9 to the power of 3/2, minus 1/6, 9 squared, that's for the top bound of integration, minus, and the bottom one is 0, so when evaluated, that's just 0. We'll continue with the arithmetic. 2/3 times 9 to the power of 3/2 is 27, minus 9 squared would be 81/6. Getting a common denominator for the first term, we'll have 108/6 minus 81/6, and that reduces to 9/2.